You gotta like a shrink who works that fast and under pressure. The story also proves that old adage, the pipe is mightier than the shotgun. Okay, now that you've seen The Dark Past, I have a confession to make, a secret I've been carrying around for years. I don't like this movie. Everything about it is first rate, except the ham-fisted script, which by the end absurdly suggests that a few hours of psychotherapy can cure a cold-blooded killer. To me, the best noir films deal in ambiguity and bitter irony, not hammering home paint-by-numbers answers to complex and disturbing problems. Today, the psychology espoused in this film, while rooted in some truth, seems laughably simple, especially presented in such a contrived setup. It would have been more believable if Collins had run after Walker when the cops were taking him away and shouted, "We're not done with your therapy, Walker. For you, my special hourly rate." The ending of Blind Alley, the 1939 version of this story, was quite different. It all played out the same, with Walker, post-analysis, unable to pull the trigger when the cops corner him. Unlike this benign ending, the original version had the cops open fire on him anyway, with the psychiatrist watching in shock as the patient he's cured is shot to death by the law. That ending, to me, is more thought-provoking, ambivalent, and satisfying. But I wanted to show this picture, even if I don't like it, because there's so much good work in it by the entire cast and crew. Nina Fosh does quite a bit with an underwritten role, giving the gangster's girlfriend a suggestion of depth that had nothing to do with the screenwriters, all 5 of them. The actress's uniquely feline physicality is not something that can be written into a script. The following year, Lee J. Cobb returned to Broadway, where he starred playing Willie Loman in Elia Kazan's production of Death of a Salesman. Soon after, he was blacklisted for his Communist Party affiliations, and Cobb eventually collaborated with the House Committee on Un-American Activities in order to work again in Hollywood. He became one of the busiest and most recognizable character actors in the business. Despite giving a fine performance in The Dark Past, I feel William Holden was miscast. I can only imagine what this would have been like with Charles McGraw or Lawrence Tierney playing the part of Al Walker. I doubt Dr. Collins would have been quite so composed trying to analyze either of those badasses. Of course, neither of those guys were under contract to Columbia. This was the studio's way of trying out Holden in a different kind of part, his first in what we now call noir. It would be 2 years and 6 more films before the actor perfected the cynical wise guy act for Billy Wilder in Sunset Boulevard, ushering in a decade in which he'd become one of the biggest stars and best actors in Hollywood. An Oscar awaited for 1953's Stalag 17. Of course, while mentioning the terrific cast, I should not overlook the noir kid, Bobby Hyatt, and a small part is the son of Lee J. Cobb and Lois Maxwell. Although he played either whiny or wised-up kids in plenty of comedies and westerns, Hyatt was sort of the go-to kid in noir. He had substantial roles in High Wall, Caught, Undertow, He Ran All the Way, and Tomorrow is Another Day. Hyatt's acting career lasted into the 70s, after which he moved behind the camera, writing and directing films like 1989's Alien Seed, which earned an IMDb rating of 2.7. Ouch. Now I suggest you engage in some online therapy, spilling your deepest fears and desires on the Noir Alley Facebook page and Twitter feed. Next week, I'll be back with a special treat, a brilliant noir from South America, based on a landmark novel in the annals of crime fiction, Nicholas Blake's The Beast Must Die. The film has been rescued and restored by my Film Noir Foundation, and this will be not only a TCM debut, but a North American television premiere. It is a dynamite film, and I'm immensely proud to have played a part in its resurrection. If you miss it, you definitely need to have your head examined. See you back here next week.